I think we had some technical difficulties, but we're going to just keep going here. So like I said, what's really in right now is to mix different shapes, and what's great about Sabika is that you have the extender in the back so you can adjust the lengths and layer it really well together. This is one of our top sellers right now, and what I love about this piece is it's a pressed glass medallion here with a light vitrine finish. It's a coating underneath. And these are handmade in Germany. They're so beautiful, and each one is truly a one of a kind. And then we have our sunflower medallion. Again, that pressed glass, hand pressed glass. The process is so fascinating. They actually hand trim the sides, and then there's a beautiful AB coating that goes on top of it. And so this is just a cool, unexpected color combination. We've got purples and blues mixed in with some yellow. And then to add a little bit of sparkle, this is one of my favorite simple chains that you can add pendants to, but it's also great just to add in a little extra sparkle. Do you see how that kind of like shines in the light? And so it gives it a little bit of texture, and it has that really cool, like layered chain look that you're seeing all over. Then we have this cool, I feel like it's a beachy kind of look. So we have from our Blue Ocean, which is Story of the Month this month, and that means that when you buy a full price item, you get the items on that story at 30% off. So this cross, for example, and then you've got this beaded chain. And what we've done here, we love to kind of mix it up with our Sabika pieces. This is actually a bracelet that we've added in. You see, typically you can wear it as a bracelet. And we have just added it as an extender. And it works so well with these little touches of Pacific opal. And look how cool that looks together as a long necklace. And what I love is that, you know, every season there are different lengths, different looks that you'll see in fashion. Right now it's all about the long necklaces, but next year it might be all about the short. So what is beautiful about Sabika is that you can wear them long and you can wear them short. So they're not going to go out of style after a season. And we've also, on this look, added in this nice chain. We love using our aluminum chains, which are really lightweight. So you're not going to get a headache when you're layering your pieces. And these are custom colored chains. So we've got this beautiful kind of marsala color here. And then we've added little hints of rose gold and silver. So no matter what, again, no matter what metal color is in fashion, you'll be exactly on trend. And then I have a new fun, everybody's talking about tassels. So this is kind of our interpretation of a Sabika tassel. And all of these pieces, again, can be reused and repurposed next season when tassels are long gone history, right? So let me show you how this look works. These are also pendants, and this one is actually a hostess pendant that you can get for free when you host a party. Let me talk a little bit about the Sabika party experience. Why haven't we changed the name party? It's because it's actually a party and it's fun. So it's all about getting your friends together, and I know everybody's crazy busy, and you know, I've got 2 kids at home and our lifestyles are always, you know, running from this soccer practice to that. But taking 2 hours out of your busy schedule to hang out with your girlfriends, and don't worry about the house, just clean the first floor, you don't have to worry about the rest of it. We're gonna have to give everybody a tour, and just, you know, have some wine and relax and put some fun jewelry looks together. It's a blast, it really is. So if you come in closer here, what I'm gonna do is, see these links in the chain.
Which chain is this?
Oh, this is actually from our Classics collection. And I believe it's the pure long chain. And the reason why we have these bigger lengths is so that you can have fun and play with it. You could put the pendants up here for a cool kind of asymmetrical look. But what we're going to do right now is create that kind of Y shape tassel. So I'm going to actually link, see, I linked those 2 ovals together.
Oh, we had a question. Dion asked,
yes.
Alice, can you explain how you intertwine the chokers I see on some models? So
Absolutely. We're going to show that in a second. Okay. Absolutely. I'd love to.
And then Michelle Wright said,
hey, Michelle.
said, how do you decide the color themes each season as well?
Oh, so that's a great question. Yep. So each season, as I'm putting this look together, so you can actually add this little pendant in here. And I love to kind of like layer that, how that falls together. So colors for the season. My mom and I, we look at the color trends that we're seeing on the runway shows and in general in fashion, and we put together collages. And if you flip you can see some of my mood boards. I don't know if you're able to do that.
See if I can get my face out of it real quickly. Hold on. There we go.
Yeah, so we put kind of like mood boards and collages together, and those tell us kind of what the colors are for the season. And then we know that we've got our Sabika fans who already have pieces. So for example, for this season, there were a lot of really beachy kind of colors. And we know that our customers have a lot of Pacific Opal, so we add in touches of Pacific Opal so that they're able to layer them together. Again, it's not about reinventing your jewelry wardrobe for this season. It's about just adding on and creating your own look, which is really a true unique selling point for Sabika. So that's kind of, we go off of the fashion trends, and then we put our Sabika color elements and weave those throughout. I also wanted to point out before I show you kind of this signature Sabika twisted look, is I love complementing necklines. Now I know we have this black V-neck t-shirt here, and see this beautiful two-stone necklace we have. By itself, it's gorgeous, very simple, everyday look, and look how beautifully it complements the shape of the neckline. So you want to pay attention to your necklines and how you're wearing your jewelry with it, to really kind of complement the shapes. And this one is actually also Story of the Month, so you can get it 30% off as well. So let's talk about the signature kind of Sabika twist. This is our Ocean choker. So right now, what I've also noticed in fashion is you're either wearing it really short or really long, and you can contrast those together in the same look. Like I have this London choker, which is really short, and then I added in the longer necklace, which is actually, I've just taken the joyful, I don't know if my hair's in the way.
No, I can see it.
But I've added that on to give it that length. So again, it's like contrasting that short with the long, either wearing just long or just the short. So let's look at this twist. Like I said, I like to wear them a little bit shorter this season. So I've got it on the round ring, which is kind of like the last ring on the extender. And then I'm going to start by weaving. So I kind of start on the back there, if you can see that. And I just keep twisting and working my way to the back. I just keep twisting it. So it's helpful to put one on first, one of the chokers, and then weave the other one in and out. And what I love about this is people are like, oh my gosh, is that Sabika? And yes, it is. It's just a different way of wearing it. And you add this awesome, like, fun, twisted texture. You can do this with 2. You can even do it with 3 chokers if you wanted to. So it's a little different take. We've shown like the collar, you have those statement pieces that everyone is wearing. So you can actually create your own kind of Sabika statement necklace. Let me take, by the way, this is my favorite pendant of the season, if not ever. This is a pressed metal piece from the Czech Republic, and we've hand soldered the setting and added the Sabika cut created by Swarovski in silver shade. Super neutral. You can wear this with anything, like literally anything. And see that little heart? We have our little Sabika heart stamped in the back. I love all of the women and some men that handcraft our jewelry. They do it with so much love. So by adding the pendant, you're starting to create kind of that statement necklace. If you wanted to, you could keep going and add a few more pendants to again create a little bit of a different shape. I've got one more back here. Again, these hostess pendants are awesome. You can put these on any necklace, even whatever you have at home. And see, you're starting to create like a really cool, fun shape. And the beautiful thing about Sabika is that it becomes your own style, and it's not just a statement necklace that everybody else has and that looks the same on everyone. You're creating your own look. And if you don't have the, some people are not confident enough yet about how to put pieces together, work with your Sabika consultant, because ladies, let me tell you, every conference, every time I see our Sabika consultants and directors, I'm blown away with their mix and match combinations, and they are your style. They can be your style advisors and guides on how to put different looks together. It's just so much fun once you get into it. So that is a fun way to create your own statement necklace. And again, I mean, I could literally put together hundreds of different looks with the pieces I have here, which is what is so awesome. I have so much versatility in these designs. So even if I, for example, took over the long necklace, and again, contrasting that short choker with this long necklace, sometimes I like to just add in the necklace without a pendant. Like I've done today, you know, I love having that kind of frames, just frames your whole outfit.
Dion said thank you. I absolutely love it.
Oh, good. Hi, Dion. And then see, look how cool this is. This is also a great look for a younger audience as well. And then I could even go so far as to take this necklace, put it over here, and see how they just work so well together. You're picking up some of this rose gold in the silk stone here. And if you don't want to do a choker and you just want to do long and a little less bling, yes, ladies, there are some women who like a little less bling. You can just, you know, layer some chains together and add just a little bit of sparkle. So there's so much that you can do with your Sabika jewelry. And I also want to say that there's this myth that you have to, you know, you can't mix different jewelry types. So I can't mix Sabika with my silver jewelry, or I can't mix it with my vintage costume jewelry. Yes, you can. That's what we're all about, is incorporating your own style, and you don't have to give everything else up. Let me show you also.
Samina's just said you have a nice collection.
Thank you. What's your favorite piece? I'd love to hear what everyone's favorite piece is. It can either be in this collection or ever. This is also a bracelet that we have as Story of the Month. It's totally a new shape for us as a bracelet. It's this beautiful marquee shape. And we've got the Swarovski stone and crystal. And then we have, these are again the beautiful hand-pressed glass pieces. And it's really fascinating. These are two glass colors within the same glass. So it's almost like that, I don't know if you've seen Murano glass pieces, but this is kind of a nod to that as well. And the second color is exposed by kind of polishing away that top surface. So it's really, really cool.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. And what's awesome is that, you know, everyone talks about cuffs. You can create your own Sabika cuffs season after season. And one of our directors, Kathy Hall-Pace, I always love her Sabika cuffs. She likes to sometimes take two of the same, and what I love when she does this is see how you frame that kind of becomes the frame for the cuff. And we have the classics. I think this is the subtle, thank you, Jennifer. Manhattan bracelet, a must-have. If you don't have a Sabika bracelet yet, you have to have this, and it's with the Sabika cut created by Swarovski. Which was such an amazing process to work with the Swarovski team to develop the Sabika cut, the exclusive cut for us. And it just, you know, we talk about uniqueness and originality and how each one of you is unique and original, and the Sabika cut really shows that. You know, it doesn't matter which angle you look at it, it always looks slightly different, and I always like to say slightly off. We're all sometimes slightly off. So Yeah, so
Carrie
that's
Miller said that's a beautiful look. And we do have a question,
Yeah.
actually. Betty says, what combination of jewelry do you use to use them to make the chokers longer? So maybe you can show that maybe with a choker as well. Thanks, Betty.
I showed it on my Instagram a couple of days ago. Let me see which ones I have. Where you can actually create a Y necklace, a long Y necklace with two of the chokers. I like to kind of stay within the same stone size, but you can mix it up if you want. So we're going to take the London. I'm actually going to take my Spotlight London off. All right, you want to zoom in. So what I do is I start by connecting the two, and see I've put it in that round ring. And then I'm going to swing it around the neck. And then I connect. I like to use this oval link to connect it. And then, so now you've got the base for your Y necklace. And depending on your height, so if you're really tall, you can add the pendant in lower so it hangs longer. If you're a little bit shorter, you can hang it a little bit higher up. So in this case, I'm going to put it right in that oval link. And see, you've got this great Y necklace. You don't have to use a cross. You can use, again, my favorite pendant here. And what's cool about this is you have that sparkle, and you're also creating that really fun shape for the season, which is that like elongated Y necklace. The other way that you can wear these long is connecting, so you've connected it in the back, and then I'm going to connect it at the end of the extender. And now what I'm going to do is take one of our signature Sabika multi-row chains, and this is from the Classics collection. And what's cool about this is you can wear it short, but you can, and see how much fun texture that has.
Oh, we have a question.
Yes.
Tiffany asks, what is your all-time favorite? I'm in love with Vibe and Vibrant.
My all-time favorite?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. You know, sometimes I get overwhelmed, especially at Sabika sale,
Yeah.
when all the pieces are laid out and it kind of have this moment of, oh my gosh, I actually designed all of this. It's very humbling and overwhelming at the same time. My favorite, I would have to say, let me think about that as I put this together.
And I have one other question too as you're doing that. Leah asks, how far in advance do you start working on a future season?
So right now I'm working on the next spring-summer, so spring-summer 2017. Fall-winter is done. I'm very excited about the collection. So it's usually like a year and a half, kind of, depending. So we start with the components and starting to develop custom components and different things for the collection. And then I get to travel over to Austria twice a year, which is really cool. It's my parents' home country, and I still speak German, and I get to eat awesome food and all that. But it's also an intense 2 weeks, I have to be honest, developing the collection. I kind of go into my creative, my family calls it creative zombie state. But it's so much fun because I get to work with the artisans there, and I actually develop the prototypes with them. And then from those prototypes, the rest of the pieces for the season get manufactured. So it's pretty cool.
Thanks, Leah.
Yeah. So my favorite Sabika piece would have to be, and I keep going, and I can't think of the name right now, but it was the first time I used pressed metal pieces, and I created a heart shape with it, and I added in different crystals, and I think that was kind of like a turning point for me as a designer. I was starting to use the material in a new way, and thinking kind of outside the box, and not just you know, staying within my coloring outside the lines, so to speak. So I'll have to get back to you on the name of it, but we had two versions of it in that collection. There was a black diamond with silver, and it had a black chain, and then there was like a kind of antique copper looking one with some different colors. So again, this is how you could wear Sabika long. And
what did you do with that Classics chain?
Oh yeah, that's right. So you can wear it long, by just taking one of the rows, and you can pick any of these. So if you want the kind of thinner one and make it a little more chunky at the bottom there, you can use this row. I like to kind of balance it out, so I usually take the thicker row as the one on top. And then you just loop it over your head. And then you can also, again, my favorite pendant, you can just add it in and create some asymmetry here on the side, and you get a really fun kind of long look. And you can do this with any combination of chokers. And again, like I said, I like to stay within the same stone size, but if you wanted to, you could also mix a London with a fun, which is the next size up with our stones. So,
do you want to show Karen's twist?
yes.
The signature.
So Karen, what we showed you before was the kind of like the totally twisted, which I like to call the Michelle twist. She is one of the ladies here in the office that loves to do that. Karen's twist is a little more simple. It just has one kind of accent to it. And I'll show it with this. Blue is so in this season, so we have a lot of blues in our collection. Actually went to Aerie yesterday at the mall, and so they had a lot of cool like navy blue tie-dye pieces, great for the beach. So this has become my favorite of the classics this season, which is the denim blue London. It's a gorgeous tone of blue, and again, super classic. So what I'm going to do for a Karen twist is I'm just going to go once. So it's just one twist.
Chrissy Lemke said, "You're awesome, Alexandra. I love it all."
Oh, thanks, Chrissy. And then, so she typically does 2. Sometimes she'll do 3.
Can you show it with the third?
Yep. So we're going to take the blue ocean. And same thing, so I'm just going to go right underneath. What's cool about this is it kind of creates like a waterfall effect. And just, you can wear it kind of asymmetrically like that, or if you want to have that twist more in the center. And you just play around with the length. Again, that's what's so great about having the extenders in the back, is that you can really play with it. So you have this little twist, and I love those colors together actually too. And see, you know, all you need is a gray cami and a little, I see a lot of those kind of longer, flowy cardigans that you can throw over. That kind of softens the look as well. Or a denim jacket is awesome for this look too. So just a gray cami denim jacket, and you've got your twisted kind of sabika choker looks that are really fun. Let me show you also what is a staple sabika look. When we talk about day to night, we talk about, it's interesting, you would think that by adding more, you're creating a more evening look, but it's actually the opposite. So let me show you, if I were wearing a little black dress to go out in the evening, so I'm going to do it actually on this one. You can check out, in Style magazine right now is showing as well that the single row chokers are super in. Of course, they're showing Harry Winston and whatnot. Karen, my mom, has always said that what's great about sabika is you might not be able to afford a black diamond necklace in this stone size, but with sabika you can, and you can get that same look. So what they're showing is just very simple, classic. They call it like the kind of single row stone choker. So I would wear this with a little black dress, so let's pretend. And that's it. Maybe a pair of studs. So again, super classic, very simple. These are the Silver Night fun size studs, and I love that we're kind of mixing the size of stone. So just imagine her hair up, and she's got these studs in, and she's ready to go. But to create a more daytime look, you want to soften some of that shine. So how we do that is adding in some chains. And again, you would think by adding more pieces, you're creating more of a glamorous look, but it's actually the opposite. You're toning it down and creating it a little more of a fun vibe, daytime vibe. So see how cool that is, right? So and I love when it just twists together. And I've softened the crystals. I can wear it shorter like that. I can also make the choker a little bit longer, and then it lays right in as if it were part of the same necklace. So see, even if it's laying up, it just softens the crystals, and it creates a really nice daytime look. So you could wear a blazer. This is an awesome work look. So for ladies that, Jennifer, you always say black baggage. So if she's in the office, she's got a blazer over her little black dress. She just takes the chains off, puts the studs in, and she's ready to go out for drinks with the girls. So that's what Sabika is all about. It's about that versatility, creating your own look, and just being you, which we're all about.
Yeah. Pamela says, love all the combinations, and Ava says, love Sabika.
Oh, awesome. So let's see if we have any other fun looks we can put together. Let me show you. Again, this is one of our top sellers, is this simple one stone necklace.
Do you want to talk about the black, white, khaki? Because you've done the color combinations.
Yeah, so
very specific.
Our design philosophy has always been, and my mom has been very strict or determined about this. Whenever we design collections, everything has to go with khaki, white, denim, and jeans.
Denim and black.
There we go. There we go. And that's because those are the colors that every woman has in her wardrobe. And again, it's not about reinventing your entire wardrobe. It's just about updating it. You see some of these wild runway looks, and they're fun, and the green-haired girl is saying this. Sometimes we like to experiment with fashion, but I would say most of the time it's about investing in pieces that are going to last for a long time. I think especially in today's world, you want to be spending your money not on something that is, you have it for a season or the quality might not be there. You're investing into pieces that you'll wear again and again. I mean, I see customers that have pieces from, we're celebrating our 15-year anniversary for 10, 15 years now, and they still love it, and they're still able to combine it with new pieces and find different looks. So we've always, and we will always stay with that design philosophy. So for this one stone necklace, again, the blue that is so great for this season, it's the denim blue from Classics. And I really love that rounded, closer to the neck shape, and then you elongate it by having this one stone piece. What's also great about our pieces is that you can add bracelets as extenders. You can also get extenders that we have that match the metal color, depending on what you're comfortable with and what length you're looking for. But something like this too, we can add a London bracelet. So I'm just going to clip that on and create a longer necklace. And again, it's perfect for these necklines that we're seeing, which are a little bit deeper, and it fills it out really nicely. And you don't have to match the stone colors perfectly. You really create like a fun, cool look.
Maybe one more?
Sure. So let me show you a different bracelet look as well. My philosophy typically is if I'm doing a chunky kind of stacked bracelet look like this, I want to do some statement earrings. So with the look I showed you before, I have these earrings that I consider a beautiful statement earring and great for the summer. So if you have a neckline where necklaces don't work, I would do a bracelet stack and a nice statement earring. Pull your hair back in a ponytail and you're good to go. So let me show you again with our ocean. So I still have the same bracelets that I had on before it. So you can rework this look, making it a little bit more beachy. So I would probably wear it with an outfit like this. And then I've got, again, my London. Ladies, I'm super into the Londons this season, if you haven't noticed my trend here. I love it because it's that perfect size. It's not too much. It looks great on everyone, and it has that kind of versatility that you can wear it. It looks beautiful and elegant by itself, or you can layer it into a look like this. So see, I've created a totally different stack. And my, I would say, favorite studs of this season. So again, it picks up kind of that white, lighter color, but you also have those greens and blues. So I would, again, perfect for pulling your hair back, or if you've got short hair, you don't have to. And they're a great kind of statement. We call these statement stud.
We love that. So Jennifer Lowry said, love the combination with the single stones. And Barbara Lightcap said, love this. Alex and Yaya Bags have to ask about the little star earring you have today, Alex, in your ear, which you wear those all the time.
I do. Actually, I got my ears, the second hole pierced when we took my mom and my two sisters, Chris and Miriam. We went to a weekend trip to New York City, and I actually got my ears pierced at FAO Schwartz, which is no longer there. And it was a really fun experience. Miriam got her ears actually pierced for the first time. So these little studs I've just had in because it's still kind of healing, but I like to use the London studs. They're not Sabika, these ones, which again, we're all about mixing different jewelry styles and different jewelry companies. You can wear your favorite little, everyone has this symbol necklaces right now too. Whatever's dear to your heart, you wear. So these remind me of my sisters and my mom and our trip to New York. All right. What else can we? Maybe one more?
Yep, one more.
One more?
One more.
Let me show you. I'm going to show it over here. So another one of our top sellers, and this is actually going to be a story of the month in June, perfect for summer. And it's that sunflower medallion. And this looks absolutely gorgeous by itself, but you can also create, again, that fun, layered chain look with just the simple necklace. So you could wear it like that. And then I'm going to grab one of the hostess pendants. I think I have a crystal.
And Doreen, while you're doing that, she said the wires for the drop earrings are thick, that she has some problems putting them in for her daughter. She's asking, can you make them a little thinner?
Unfortunately, if we made them thinner, they would bend more easily, and so I would hesitate doing that. My daughter actually, she's 8 now, she's been wearing the drops, but it did take a little while for her hole to expand a little bit. And I know the repairs department would hate me for saying this, but she sleeps in them now. She usually wears the little London drop earrings, and what's nice about it is, especially for little girls, when you can put them in, the post doesn't stick, when you're sleeping and all that. So she actually wears them when she sleeps and showers and all that. So they hold up really nicely. I don't recommend it, but she does do that. And what's great about our pieces is that they're all nickel-free. They're made in Europe, and Europe has very high standards of what what components can be used in different.
And that's a hostess pendant.
It is a hostess pendant. And what I love about this is, see how that crystal picks up the crystals that are kind of like that crown around the medallion. And you can wear this with anything. You can wear this with any color. And again, it's that nice contrast of the shorter with the longer. That's a really fun look. So thank you everyone who joined us for our first live event. I hope it was informational and as fun for you as it was for me. And I know I use my hands a lot, so sorry about that. But I hope you enjoy these looks and share them with everyone that is in our Sabika family and hasn't been introduced to Sabika yet too. And I look forward to next time.